Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, welcome to your 2025 horoscope forecast. Saturn is still in the sign of Pisces, and this is your 6th house of work, finances, your day-to-day schedule, and your health. And there could be health issues that propped up that you are now dealing with, in a responsible, disciplined way. Whether it is by changing your diet, working out more, taking better care of your health, your sleeping habits. This can also change relationships within the workplace, relationships that aren't working, and maybe you have to get new employees. Those of you who own a business, people who work for you can be changing. What's not working will have to go. That's how Saturn is. It likes to clear house, but it does want to make you more responsible with bills as well. So a lot of you could be paying down debt, saving money, maybe for a bigger purchase that you want to make in the future. Saturn's going to restructure your whole day-to-day routine, from your health to your money to even your house, just to be completely organized and start taking better care of yourself and your health. So if you do have bad habits, this is the time to replace them with healthy habits. Neptune is also in your 6th house. Anything that is unclear when it comes to finances, bills, maybe money that you owe to creditors will become clear, as well as any health habits that you were wondering what was going on. You couldn't find the answers, could be finally made clear as Neptune leaves. And it could also leave you with a more structured schedule, because Neptune clouds our judgment. So we might miss appointments. We might not be as alert on the job as well. Or there may be things on the job that we are missing, or we have been missing, or even with a competitor, with people who gossip about you, go behind your back. They can finally be revealed this year as Neptune will go into your 7th house. It could leave you with more clarity about health, finances, and schedules. May 25th to September 1st, Neptune and Saturn will go into Aries, which is your 7th house of business relationships, the house of spouse, personal relationships, and even the house of clients, where you meet with other people. And this is where Saturn and Neptune will give you something new. You could literally fall in love, feel like you're swept off your feet. Saturn might help you see any illusions that Neptune is trying to give, but that could come up. You could meet somebody and you could later see you thought the situation was different than it was. Neptune gives us the illusion that things are perfect. It's the planet of unconditional love. So you can actually attract people, can have addictions that need your help in some way. And you can romanticize the idea. But both Neptune and Saturn are planets of longevity. So they could bring you something, a relationship that will be with you for a long time. Saturn can also break apart any relationships that are not working right. If you and your partner are not willing to put in the work, any problems within your relationships, friendships, business partnerships that are present will be brought forth to the surface. These planets are going to try to work together, and they're going to bring something new into your life, new clients, new business partners, a new relationship. Uranus is still in your 8th house. It's going to transit from 23 to 29 degrees of Taurus before it goes into Gemini for a little bit this year. So it's trying to shake up your finances. It's opposing your 2nd house, so finances could be up and down. There could be a lot of changes within finances, even your self-esteem, as well as changes in your relationship with your children, or maybe spending money on them, spending money on your children, romantic partners. There could also be a lot of sudden changes within relationships, sudden pregnancies for some of you Libras. Uranus is trying to break apart any old patterns that you have when it comes to sharing money, how you share time, when it's sitting in the 8th house. And if you have personal planets from 23 to 29 degrees of Taurus, Uranus is really going to shake things up for you. So if you have those planets in the 8th house, in those degrees, Uranus is going to try to change things for you. Say you have Venus in there, you could suddenly fall in love, suddenly get married, suddenly get pregnant. You could even suddenly have a breakup. If it's Moon, it could be a sudden move, change within the family structure. And since if it is Moon, your 10th house is ruled by the Moon, it could even be a sudden promotion, sudden change of employment. If it's Sun, it could be your health that changes, or your look, your career. July 7th of 2025, Uranus will enter Gemini. This is your 9th house of higher education, philosophy, foreign travel. This is the house of publishing as well. And Uranus could come in here and make you want to take a trip abroad and get to know people from all over the world. Maybe you are taking a class on something. You could find a spiritual teacher that turns your life around. This could also be you trying to be a teacher, or maybe publish some work. Maybe you're going to be led to teach people what you have learned, but Uranus is trying to break up old structures. So through reading a book, through meeting new people, through education, you could change your religious beliefs, your political beliefs, your philosophy on life. You're going to be expanding in that area. Now, Uranus is going to go back into your 8th house, but while it's here, you can get a little bit of a taste of what it's going to do. And if you have planets in, say, 0 to 1 degree of Gemini in your 9th house, you're really going to feel it. It's going to shake things up for you. Sudden happenings. From September 6th of 2025 all the way till February 4th, 2026, Uranus is going to go back into your 8th house. And so from 1 degree Gemini back to 27 degrees of Taurus. Those of you who have personal planets from 26 to 28 degrees of Taurus, you're going to have a lot of stops from Uranus. Sudden changes with any kind of financial situation you have with a partner could be coming up all the way until February of 2026, you guys. So inheritances, maybe making money from the stock market, joining finances together with a partner, it's all going to come together, and it could be coming in an unusual way, or all of a sudden, maybe because of it's squaring your 5th house, a pregnancy, or you just fall in love, move in with somebody. It's affecting, looking at your 2nd house. So self-esteem, finances, possessions are changing, and your friendship groups are changing because it's squaring your 11th house. So Uranus is trying to bring you something new. Pluto is finally settled into Aquarius, and in 2025, it will transit from 1 to 2 degrees of Aquarius. And if you have planets from 0 to 2 degrees of Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, or Scorpio, you are going to get the Pluto either conjunction, opposition, or square to these personal planets. So a lot of transformation is happening in the area of children, creativity, fun, romance, as well as speculative gains, because this is the house where you play games of chance. The stock market, some of you can be putting money in the stock market, learning about the stock market. Now you could be falling in love, getting pregnant. You have more magnetism, more charm to you, so people are gravitating towards you. This is really great for any kind of work that involves creative self-expression. A lot of you will be led to share your creativity with the outside world. It's opposing your 11th house, so you will be well received. It's squaring your 2nd house of income, so there could be a push and pull with creative self-expression with children, with romantic partners, and money and possessions. It's squaring your 8th house, so shared resources could go through ups and downs, or maybe you and a partner can't agree on how to spend money when it comes to your children. There could be issues that come up here with children, maybe even for some of you with child custody or payments coming from the other partner when it comes to children. So this is a very long transit. You're going to be attracted to more intense partners, more intense relationships. You could even meet people who kind of become stalkerish, They want to know exactly what you're doing at all time, or you may start to feel like that within a new relationship. Pluto is about huge transformation. So if you're single, childless, you may marry, become a mother, become a father, have children, or date people that have children at this time. And you could start a new creative hobby, creative project that leads you maybe into a new career, brings you a lot of joy. This is a very long transit, but a lot of you will be feeling Pluto's transformation within your relationships. Starting this year, you're going to start to feel the shift, feel the change, how your relationships become more intense. And even your relationships that you have with your children could become more intense as this Pluto works its way through your fifth house, because it is really transforming the way that you feel about love, how you love, and how other people love you. Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, is in your ninth house until June 9th of 2025. This is expanding your education. For some of you are going to college, getting courses, maybe even learning something else that you need for the job, as well as travel, getting your passports, maybe thinking about moving abroad, really connecting with people from all walks of life, changing your belief system. It could even come from a teacher. You can meet a teacher that expands your view on life, opens up your horizons even into your career. Some of you could be publishing your work, starting to teach a course. Maybe you want to become a teacher. Maybe you want to teach. You can also repair any bonds you have with a father figure if your relationship has been strained, or benefits coming through a father figure or through your father's side of the family. Some of you may even get benefits through a legal judgment. And if you are a later degree Libra, this is trining you. This is going to trine you. So it's going to propel you to learn something new, to become more philosophical. Watching a documentary, getting a book could honestly change your life. A lot of times we can hear a speech that's like, you have this aha moment, and you change the course of your life. Ninth house is the house of luck. So a lot of you could be feeling lucky, feeling like you finally found your calling. Jupiter will finally enter your 10th house of career and public image June 10th, 2025, and it will stay there until June 30th of 2026. If you have been feeling like you're not getting anywhere in your career, Jupiter will expand opportunities for career growth. You can become more popular within your field, gain a bigger following. You can get a pay raise, even some of you, get promoted, or completely change jobs and get into something better suited for you. This can improve your relationships with the people that you work with bosses, with superiors. And even for some of you, moving for a job or moving because you found a better job. It's opposing your fourth house. So things in the home can also become calmer right now. And a lot of you can open up your own business, or maybe get different sources of income. Your income streams can become bigger. So it's fantastic if you have a business idea. This can be the time where you want to just open up that business, go out on your own, try it, because Jupiter really does expand wherever it touches. And now people can see you more. They're going to appreciate your work. Venus will be retrograde March 2nd until April 13th, and it's going to be retrograde while the eclipses are happening. A lot of exes coming back from the past, reminiscing about past relationships, connecting with past partners. Lions could be coming back from the past, business partners, as well as relationships. Or you could be reaching out to people that you used to date, you used to love. You want to reconnect with people from the past. It's also going to be retrograding back to your 6th house. So, of course, romance at work, people you can meet at work or even colleagues that you work with reaching out to you. Now, Venus rules you, so you're really going to be rethinking relationships and what you could have done different, what they could have done different. If you start a new relationship, be mindful that by the time Venus goes direct, you may change your mind. If you are getting any beauty treatments, I would wait until Venus goes direct, as you may not like the result. You may wish it was something different. And that's kind of the case for any Venus retrograde. We are really internalizing our feelings, our emotions about the past, about what was said in the past, what was done in the past. Sometimes we can even be having a reconciliation with people from the past. There is 4 eclipses in 2025. The first eclipse is March 13th at 24 degrees of Virgo. This is a lunar eclipse, your 12th house of your subconscious mind, creativity, bed pleasures. This is the house of isolation as well. And the house of expenses, losses, enemies, people who are gossiping about you behind your back. And there is a releasing happening in this area. It could be people you've been in competition with, people gossiping about you, competitors. Finally stop, and you could release resentment as well. In the 12th house, there's a possibility that bills come up right now or extra expenses that you need to take care of. You could feel like you want to be more alone. Maybe you're working on something behind the scenes. You could really be releasing a lot of pent-up anger, resentment as well. Any kind of negative habits, negative thinking patterns can be released if there is, an addiction or a bad habit that you have. This is the time to really release that. Release any negative thinking patterns that are holding you back in life. That is really what the 12th house is about. It could even bring up some health issues, or you're feeling more lonely. This could bring up a lot of anxiety. Whenever we have eclipses, it's important not to make any rash decisions because things are unfolding and sometimes we're not thinking clearly. We don't have all the details. March 29th, there is a solar eclipse at 9 degrees of Aries. If your rising sign is from 7 to 12 degrees of Libra, this eclipse can affect you even more. Or if you have planets from 7 to 12 degrees of Aries or Libra, actually, both of those signs. Now, the North and South Node are now in Virgo and Pisces, but there is something new coming to you in the area of business partnerships, relationships, and clients, how you deal with the public. It could be you attaining new clients for your business, meeting somebody, falling in love, planning a wedding, becoming committed within a relationship. You can meet someone out of the blue, fall in love. These are fated events. And this is your relationship area, which was being shaken up all of last year. And a lot of you, maybe if things weren't working, things can come back together. You can maybe even hear back from a past lover at the same time, or you release a relationship that no longer works for you and you start a new one for some of you. Now, for some of you, this really could be the beginning of a really long-term romantic connection that you start. So things are shaking up in your 7th house with this March 29th eclipse. September 7th, there is a lunar eclipse at 15 degrees of Pisces, your 6th house of daily habits, work, co-workers, your health, and this could signal a time of change in these areas. This is a lunar eclipse, a letting go, but gaining something new at the same time, because this is where the North Node will reside. So you can let go of bad habits and gain a new perspective on health. Start working out, as well as maybe employees around you change. Relationships with people who were competitors or you felt like they were out to get you could maybe finally be mended. They could fall away. The people who've been gossiping about you within your workplace especially. And you can gain new employees if you have your own business. This is also the house of service, and maybe there is a job you are starting that is of service to others. You're helping other people. So your health habits are changing with this eclipse. And maybe even your daily routine can completely change. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, you're completely revamping your workout routine. This could also be a time where you pay off some bills, let go of some debt, and release that and start budgeting. September 21st, there is a solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Virgo. This is your 12th house of hidden expenses, isolation, creativity, bed pleasures, escapism. And there's something new coming to you in this area. But this is where the South Node is. So you could feel like something new is beginning, but something is ending. You can find out maybe who's been gossiping about you, who's a true friend, who's not. This can be a time maybe where you start a relationship behind the scenes. Be careful of your health or anybody new you meet around this time, because 12th house is also the house of secrets. It's the house of losses. So there could be a bill or some money that you owe that will have to be paid back at this time. This can be a time where you find a spiritual teacher, you plan a trip abroad, and you're just having a good time by yourself. You can have a really good time by yourself, find new hobbies that you like to do and enjoy doing on your own. Watch your dreams. This is a time where creative ideas could flow through your dreams. So write them down, because a lot of times some of the greatest creative projects come to us when we're having eclipses in the 12th house, because that is the house of creativity. It's the house of bed pleasure. It could be a time where you are having a good time behind the scenes with a partner. But really learning spiritual knowledge, traveling to foreign countries or planning something like that, maybe even studying some occult knowledge, mysticism, can bring us a lot of clarity. Could bring you new opportunities into your life. If you found this helpful, like so others can find it, and subscribe for more.